everything that happens hip hop and R&B. I'm your girl Shani Sweets, the sweetest little thing in your ear, and of course, we're right here inside of the Pretty Girl Playbook, and I got a pretty guest with me. She's been up here before. You already know how it goes. Advanced Community Health is here, and my girl Donnae Ward is back to talk to us today about cooking and preparing healthier foods at home. It's holiday season. Y'all just got free turkeys from us, so we're gonna tell y'all different ways that y'all can cook it without having, no frying turkeys. How about that? No, that's where we're gonna start it. That's where we're gonna start.
No, we don't want to do that,
No
man. We want people to enjoy themselves.
Welcome. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. So you guys are pushing healthier eating during the holidays.
Yes.
And honestly, I don't know if a lot of people really want to hear that.
I know, but see, it's all in the how you think about healthy eating. Because
Right.
see, people just thinking healthy eating, what they go to? They thinking like, oh, you want us to eat some salads for Thanksgiving?
Right.
No.
Actually, yes. My
Well,
grandma makes a 7-layer salad.
yeah.
Baby, that ain't a regular salad.
But it's like, I want people to think about how you're eating and being more mindful, if that makes sense. Changing the mindset a little bit about what healthy eating is.
Yeah. So, okay, why is it important? Like, what is like the real importance of cooking and preparing your food at home during the holidays?
So one of the main thing is if you cook more foods at home, you have more control over what you're eating, right?
Mm-hmm.
So most of the time when you go to restaurants, we don't know how much sodium or how much is being processed.
Mm-hmm.
You cook your foods at home, you have control over the ingredients, and you get to control how much sodium you're putting into your foods, how much added sodium. So that's one of the biggest benefits of cooking at home. And then it's just an experience. You get to be creative. You get to use some of those nice herbs and like take pride in what you're cooking. So I feel like that's a really good benefit too.
And like being mindful, like mindful eating. What is mindful eating, and then how does that get supported by cooking at home?
So mindful eating, it's like a very broad term that describes a lot of different things. So it's not just what you eat, but it's how you're eating, right? Are you slowing down? Are you being less distracted when you're eating? That's a part of being mindful.
Mm-hmm.
Are you thinking about like, you know what? Did I eat some vegetables today? Did I eat some fruits today? Like, are you really thinking about like going throughout the day of what your meals are looking like, or like your portions, right?
That's funny because I'll hear. I don't know if you guys have ever heard it, but I'll hear somebody like, "Dang, I had no vegetables in like 3 days."
Yeah.
Like
that's wild. That's wild.
Crazy.
Yes,
that's
exactly.
Crazy.
And you have to be more self-aware in order. So that's a part of being mindful, being more self-aware of like, when was the last time I had something green?
Yeah, something green.
Something green. Yeah,
that's what you always eat. Look, my mom, she's big on that. She's like, we need something green.
Yeah,
we need something.
You gotta balance your plate.
You gotta balance it out. Now, like to go back with you saying, we are able to cook at home and how much control you have. I actually learned that when I changed how I was actually eating. I went from eating everything, and then like over the course of years, I stopped eating pork. I stopped eating chicken. I stopped eating beef. I was like 80% vegan.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I like cheese too much.
I know. So you a flexitarian like
I'm
me.
a flexitarian.
Yeah.
See, I said that one day, and I was like, because especially when I'm out, like late night, because I be hosting and stuff like that. Like during school, I'll get like y'all got salmon, y'all have shrimp. Like I'll do seafood, but then like if I'm cooking at home, it's so much fun. Like, I'm like,
you get to be creative.
Right. Like I thought it was only a portobello mushroom. You telling me I can go get a lion's mane?
It's so many things. It's so many things.
You telling me I can do an oyster mushroom and it tastes like chicken? Like don't tease me at a good time. Like don't do it. But just learn, like even if you don't strictly eat like that, just learn, like you said, the other spices, the other vegetables, the other just things that you can incorporate into your meal.
And there's a lot of health benefits of your herbs and spices. We gotta go back to like we talked about how people were cooking back in the day, where they're using like those spices to flavor your food, not salt, but you got your thyme. I'm from the Caribbean, so we cook with thyme. You got your rosemary, you got all of these things. The turmeric, they have health benefits. You know what I mean? They're anti-inflammatory. They're gonna give your food flavor, and like you get to be creative and just taste different things when you're making your own food.
My sister's gonna hate me if she hears this, but I'm about to tell on her. So she's like the breakfast sister.
Okay.
So like growing up, like she'll like cook breakfast. My other sister, she do like the dinner and whatever. But she's been doing her thing more. You gotta feed yourself out here.
Right.
And so she'll get in her mood when she want to cook. And the other day, I was like, "Are you trying to kill me?" Like, are you
the salt? The salt.
Crazy.
So it's like they don't even taste it.
But the thing about it is, like, she's cooking with the salt. Like, seasoning with the salt as if it's like a season.
Right.
And I told her, I said, no, you use a pinch here, a pinch here, and then let people put salt on their food themselves.
Yes.
But when you're cooking, don't
cook with
salt as your seasoning.
So salt is not to season food. Salt is to bring out the flavor of food. So you just need a pinch, and even something like using lemon juice, like squeezing some lemon juice, that's to bring out the flavor of
bucket of lemons. To put on my piece of salmon after she was done. I was like,
goodness, no.
That's crazy. I was like, she was like, don't be talking about it. I was like, hey, at least I didn't say her name though. So
right. It's okay, sister. Sorry.
Now, so how does like cooking at home help with weight management?
And so it goes back to the same thing. So if you're controlling what you're putting in your food, chances are it's not going to be as processed. It's not going to be as high in sodium. Your portions, you can like separate your portions.
Yeah.
You can add more vegetables. So if you think about it, if you're doing these things over time, you're going to be, managing your weight, right? So yeah, it's another part of being mindful.
So with being mindful, managing your weight, I mean, Thanksgiving is coming up.
Right. Now look.
Thanksgiving now, I'm from Alabama and New York. But our roots go back to Virginia and all this stuff. So it's a lot of recipes that we have.
Yeah.
That I'm like, look, I already don't eat turkey. Like I'm already cutting out. I can't eat the ham. I can't eat the turkey. Like, so when it comes to the sides, like, I might be like, I'm gonna get a little extra mac and cheese since I ain't got no ham. So like with that coming on, like what are some things that people can replace while cooking that'll still give them like that traditional taste, but just like be a little bit healthier?
So one thing I can say, because when people say Thanksgiving ain't the time to be trying to do too much, right?
You start working out.
So but what I do tell like patients and clients like who come to my classes, like, look, this is your time to exercise portion control. Yeah. You want to, a part of healthy eating is eating with your family and eating with your, it's your culture.
Yes.
Enjoy yourself, but you are not a bear. So you don't need to eat like you about to go into hibernation. Like, just like portion control is everything. So that's like the biggest thing. So you can still enjoy what you love. Just take a little bit of everything and put it on your plate.
Sometimes you gotta help the bear.
A little bit of everything and put it on your plate. Right. I'm like, you don't need to. And like, and then sometimes people do cook recipes with like, okay, if you're using butter, maybe not as much, right? Maybe not as much cheese. So it's thinking about how you could cut back a little bit, or even in terms of like what's something you could do where it's like not a drastic change, add more vegetables. Yeah. So you're still eating the same things, but like make most of your plate vegetables. So you're getting full off of the vegetables before we get into like more of the carbs.
I hear you saying change on my recipes. That's what
that's what I'm saying. Don't mess with the recipes, but think about how you're eating.
Yeah.
Portion control, eating more vegetables, even like movement after y'all eat. Everybody, what they do, they eat and then they just lay it down.
I'm trying to tell y'all on Saturday, I was called out for that because let me tell you, I ate my food. And I on the couch.
You going on that couch.
And I mean, it's a Friendsgiving, so we supposed to be turning up and
y'all
playing games.
And do some line dance or something.
I got on that couch, and they came over, they was like, what are you doing?
That's what you see.
That's like, first of all, I'm always outside hosting. I came here to relax. All right, and y'all just gave me some good food.
Y'all could have been playing charades, and moving around or something.
We did eventually. I was like, no, let me get up.
And
then I did. My energy was a little low, so I got me a Celsius.
Yeah.
To like pick me up, and then I got some shots. And I was like, okay, we're back.
You're good.
And then I made me a second plate.
See.
I took it home though. I took it home.
Okay.
They was not gonna see me down the second.
If you think about it, a lot of it is behavior change around the holidays. So not messing with, we don't want to mess with grandma recipes, right?
Right.
But it's more like, what is the behaviors around how you're eating this food? Mm-hmm. If that makes sense.
That does. Mm-hmm. Y'all, I'm all jokes up here. Y'all know I be in the gym and stuff. Okay, I'm just playing.
Right. She said, don't play with me.
Yeah, so, I mean, girls like to eat. You know what I'm saying? But so like for the listeners, like who are trying to come up with healthier recipes, like what can you tell them? Like, do you have any advice for them? Like, say they do want to actually change the recipe. Like, I know some shortcuts just because I almost was vegan, like 100%. Mm-hmm. So like some stuff like the butter, like there's a vegan butter, and stuff like that. But what else? Like some people be so opposed to it, but like if they want to try it, what could you tell them?
I honestly, because it's so overwhelming when we talk about healthy eating or changing habits, I always start with adding stuff. Instead of restricting and taking away, let's make our first step where you're adding more fruits and vegetables. You're adding more whole grains. You know what I mean? You're drinking more water. So it's more of like an addition before we talk about what we're going to take away.
Right.
But then of course, also Advanced Community Health has resources where, we actually just did a holiday episode about integrating some healthier alternatives on our podcast. So you can turn into our podcast. It's Giving Help. It's on YouTube. So it's just talking about preparing foods a certain way, different options, using your garlic, using your ginger, using your onions for flavor. So it's just like tweaking things a little bit.
Yeah.
Just tweak it.
She's gonna have you on here making some recipes. Like she's gonna have you on here cooking. Because honestly, I absolutely, now that I did try like a whole new way of like eating and being mindful and cooking.
Yeah.
Those spices, baby, if you get into those spices, it gets crazy. And then if you start going to certain stores, like
the specialty stores,
the Sprouts and stuff like that, like just the specialty stores, and you start seeing like different, I'm like, oh, they got that?
They got a whole aisle of spices and herbs. Like, why y'all ain't utilizing it's a whole aisle.
Right. I mean, they do, but then you don't really, you go for the Lowry's, you go for the lemon pepper, you go for the, I had to tell Mom, can you get some Himalayan salt in here, please? Like, I need the pink salt.
Yeah.
It's stuff like that. But then once you start doing it on a regular basis and cooking, but you really have to get consistent.
You gotta get consistent.
You have to get consistent. Yeah. Once you start getting lazy with it, you're gonna use what you already know.
Right. Well, people go back to what they know.
Yeah.
It's that you don't know what you don't know, right? So you have to step out the box and try new things. So
you guys, y'all have to tune into the YouTube. It's Giving Help.
It's Giving Help.
It's a holiday special. If you do 2 meals, 2 plates on the show that you.
I think we did 3 recipes. And there was some pretty good recipes. And of course it's still incorporating your culture. Yeah, that's a big thing. I was
actually going to ask, are you incorporating your culture, your heritage into some of these dishes?
I mean, I know I do with my classes. Like I think we did like it was like a sweet potato, kind of like a hash type thing. Okay. And then we did like a green bean and mushroom, so there's different things. I'm plugging it. This is my type of vibe right here, okay? So, first and foremost, how can listeners get more information about how to cook and prepare their foods at home? Yeah. So they can tune in, of course, always subscribe to us at Advance, chd.org with the podcast. They can even make an appointment, with one of our RDs. Okay. We have registered dietitians, so there's different ways. And of course, they could always contact me. Always. She's on social media already. Right. Wait, what is your social media? It's Hey Donnae, HeyDonnae. Y'all better follow her. All right. Now, also, we can learn more about Advanced Community Health. You said to book or give us a call. They can give us a call at 919-833-3111. Go to our website, visit us at advancedchc.org. So we have all the resources. They're coming at you from every angle. Yes, and I'm loving it, honestly. The Instagram, the YouTube, TikTok, all of that. TikTok, everything like that. That's a different wave of just healthcare. And you guys, if you've been tuning in, this is not just about the food. This is because of the holiday season. But Advanced Community Health has been coming for a while for any and everything. So from mental health to physical health to just whatever right now we need to focus on in the season and what we need to celebrate, watch out for. So we do appreciate you guys for always coming up here and just giving us some insight and letting us know that you guys are accessible, especially in a time when people feel like they don't have access. I'm telling you, all about that health equity and access. There you go. Appreciate it. So for more information, you guys visit advancedchc.org or call 919-833-3111. Advanced providers are here to support you in all your health needs. We're gonna keep things going, of course. I'm about to head up out of here. Yes, I just realized that. I'm about to go with them. We're about to go cook some food. That's what I'm about to do. The girl got to eat, all right?